Greetings everyone, I'm DonTheCrown, and today I want to talk to you about a mechanic that has been in the game for a while, but is probably going to become extremely more popular this league, and that is Impale. Impale was added actually back in the Betrayal League, however was not really used all that much as it was only pretty much involved in two skills, Shattering Steel and Lancing Steel, and Champion had the Master of Metal Ascendancy node, but besides that there was no way to get Impale besides maybe crafting it on your weapons as a prefix. However, these prefixes were worse than the Flat Fizz currently available, so for the most part very few people were using Impale at all. But then that all changed once Impale support and the changes to the new passive tree came around. Now it is very easy to get 100% chance to Impale on every single skill and every single attack at least, and it is something that a lot of people don't understand, so I figure I'd take a second to actually explain how Impale works in a simple way. So put simply, Impale pretty much stores 10% of the physical damage dealt, not counting any sort of mitigations, so it is the unmitigated physical damage, and this damage is released on future hits, and it's for 5 hits maximum, or 7 if you're a champion. So that means you can pretty much store a hit of Impale, and no matter what hits it next, it'll proc the Impale damage, and that includes your friendly players. And if you hit it with a non-impaling attack, it'll still proc off the previously impaled damage. And so this means that you want to have as high of chance of Impale as possible to really get the most out of the mechanic. And to kind of give you a better viewpoint of how it works when you have 100% chance to Impale, I kind of made this little hit graph. So as you can see, on hit 1, you do 100% of your normal damage. There's no Impale damage there. However, that 100% has an Impale that's stored. So on the second hit, you're doing 100% of your damage, and then Impale is hitting for 10% of your damage because it's 1 stack. Now it goes to 2. And then your third hit, you'll be hitting for your 100% of your damage, and then 2 Impale stacks, so 20%, and then 30%, 40%, and then from hit 6 and on, you're doing an additional 50% more damage, or more physical damage. And that is a pretty good buff to physical damage, assuming you can do 100% chance to Impale. Now, if you don't have 100% chance to Impale, your maximum stacks go down significantly. If you have 50% chance to Impale and you're not a champion, you're going to only have 2.5 stacks on average. So overall, you're going to see a lot less of a benefit from this, but it's just really nice to stack it all up. Now, Impale also has this thing called Impale Effect. An Impale Effect increases the 10% value. And so the calculation for how much Impale damage you're doing is something like 10% times your Impale Effect times your total stacks. You need to remember that Impale Effect is a positive multiplier, so it's always going to start at 100%, so that you're not getting negative there. And you can find Impale Effect in a couple places. 30% is available on the tree now, which is really good. The support has 59% Impale Effect at level 20 and 20% quality. The Dread Banner has 19% chance to, or 19% Impale Effect, and it also gives you 20% chance to Impale. So it's a very nice thing to be carrying around. And if you're a champion, the node before Master of Metal gives you 8% Impale Effect. So that leads us to our calculations. Non-champions are going to have about 108% Impale Effect, assuming you get all the nodes on the tree and you're wearing Dread Banner. And that is going to times by the 10% times your 5 stacks makes it 104% more damage once you have maximum stacks. And then champions, assuming you don't go and get the far left node, are going to have 106% more Impale Effect. And the reason you don't get that far left node is because it has mostly more chance to Impale, which you don't need because you already have 100% once you're a champion carrying a Dread Banner. And so that's going to be 144% more physical damage. And then you have to remember as well that Impale support also has 15% more physical damage. So that is a lot of damage that Impale is packing, And Impale is only really good though once you get the stacks rolling. Like if you're doing some sort of like slow, steady hitting build, Impale's not really going to be all that good. However, there are some skills that are very fast hitting, such as Cyclone, that would benefit greatly from doing Impale. This allows you to also run things like Brutality or the new Pride aura, and they all kind of really work together in like Conflux to make a lot of physical damage happen. So I'm expecting this to be extremely popular. And I'm very much looking forward to probably doing some sort of Impale Berserker Cyclone. I kind of POB'd something out and got it like up into the millions of damage already. But unfortunately, POB doesn't support Impale nor any of the new skill gems in there. So I've kind of had to kind of tinker a little bit to make it work. But look out for that video coming soon. But thank you much, guys. I've been DonTheCrown. If you have any questions or I think I missed anything, please put them down in the comments below or check me out at twitch.tv/DonTheCrown. Have a good one. See you next time.